This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm delighted to be joined by Kieron Conway today. We've got a Zoom interview going on. Kieron, first and foremost, thank you for joining me. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you very much. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, keeping well. Obviously weird times, but we move on, and here we are. Got this interview. In terms of you'd actually be getting close to weighing in now for your fight in Doncaster. How have you sort of managed to keep your spirits high during lockdown and being so close to your first fight of the year, and then now just sort of sitting back and waiting?
It has been frustrating because it's been a while since I've boxed, and it will be a real long time since I boxed. I know we're all in the same boat, but it's frustrating. But I've managed to keep myself half sane by I still am training. I've got my own gym just down the road, so anyone that's got their own gym literally down the road, they're not going to not go in there. I'm on my own. I'm still doing my running sessions, and you get a few circuits and stuff in as well. So that's the only way I'm keeping sane.
I wanted to ask you about it. You've just mentioned the fact that you've got your own gym to go and train in, and you can do that safely without having other people around. That opened quite recently, didn't it? That new facility with yourself and your old man. Talk to me a bit about that.
I don't know too much of the ins and outs, to be fair, but it was open recently by my dad, and it's perfect location for me. Like literally, a couple minutes walk away from mine, couple minutes walk away from his as well. But obviously, at the moment, he hasn't. I don't think he's stepped foot in there for about 4 weeks, to be fair. So it's good. It's really good to have at this time, especially now with all this going on. But it was really good anyway because I was travelling quite far for my training and stuff, all over the place. Now I've got a base real close, so it's good. I've literally just got back actually, literally about 15 minutes ago.
So with regards to, staying motivated, and I've spoke to a lot of fighters during lockdown who perhaps don't have that luxury of having keys to a gym and being able to just go and sort of train on your own. How helpful is that for your own motivation to know that you've got a facility right there, right down the road, and it can still be business as usual while you're waiting?
It's like I said, it's really good for me. I'm the sort of person that I feel like I need to keep training. I need to. I don't like breaks. The tempo's not as high as usual, of course, but it's something that's keeping me going, and it motivates me in a way that I know that I'll be half ready when the time comes.
Now, your date was when it was first postponed. We were told by Matchroom that was going to be pushed back to June at some point. June now is still looking incredibly optimistic. Have you heard anything from anybody with regards to when your date could be?
No. I wish I did, and I wish I could tell you, but I don't have anything to say. So I'm just going as and when we all hear it. But I don't think anyone really knows. Any of us fighters definitely don't know, I don't think. So yeah, I'm just waiting as much as anyone else.
I think we're all trying to work out how this thing's going to play out in terms of how fighters approach things post-lockdown. Some people have suggested that because of the break, fighters might want to make up for lost time and be more inclined to take fights that they otherwise maybe wouldn't have. Others think fighters might want to ease themselves back in. You mentioned there, when this is all over, you'll have been inactive for a little bit longer than you would have liked. If those big domestic opportunities did come up immediately post-lockdown, if it wasn't the Mansouri fight necessarily, would you still jump at that chance straight away?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not. I know that I'm good enough to do that. I know I'm staying in half shape anyway. Don't know if they are, but that doesn't matter to me. I know I'm good enough, and I'll take the right fight at the right time. But to be fair, any time's the right time. We're all elite fighters now, so why is there not a right time? We can get it on whenever, even straight away as soon as this is over.
Let's talk about those domestic names around you and who you want them, because you're someone that's put a lot of emphasis on staying ready. That's what got you that Ted Cheeseman fight on quite short notice the first time round. We don't know when Scott Fitzgerald's going to be back in the ring with everything he's sort of undergoing at the minute. Is Ted Cheeseman the fight that you probably most want at domestic level, that rematch?
I want to put that record straight. I don't think it will happen because of his side of things. I'd take it now if I could, because I want to put that record straight. I don't think that's one that is even in sight, to be fair. But I've got my eye on all of them now, with no exceptions.
With Ted, you said there that from his side of things, you don't think it seems likely that it will happen. But given how short notice you had the first time and sort of the waiting towards that, second time round, if you had a full camp behind you, how big of a contributor do you think that would be? Do you think you'd have it within you to produce a conclusive result this time?
Yeah, 100%. Last time I was training for 3 rounders in the Ultimate Boxer and then a 4 rounder in my down the road, literally 5 minutes down the road. I weren't nowhere near ready for it as such, but I'd love to get that on with a real camp, and that record would definitely be put to bed.
In terms of other fighters, someone who's always vocal about looking for a fight, he's made it very clear he wants some domestic matchups as well. Anthony Fowler, is that a fight that you'd entertain? Is that a fight that you'd be interested in taking immediately?
Like I said, I've got my eye on all of them now, and if the right fight's there with the right time, then it will happen. Because I'm not avoiding any of them right now because I know what I'm capable of.
In terms of when the boxing schedule gets back underway, have you heard any word from your management company, from Eddie or anyone else as to what seems the most likely route for you to take over the sort of next year or so?
I believe they've still got their eye on the fight that was lined up. But you never know. Things could change in the next hour, I think, or I don't know, to be honest. I believe they've still got their eyes on the Mansouri fight. But we'll see. I don't know anything after that, to be fair. After that I think we're focused on the fight. After that is after that.
I'm sure you're going to be itching to be active. You've mentioned it a couple of times already in this interview that you'd like to be busier. Is that something you're going to put big emphasis on when everything gets back underway, to just be out as much as you can and try and get that momentum?
Yeah, I'd happily. I'd fight every week, every month if it was right. If it was right for the career. So I'd like to get out as soon as possible, but we all would. So I just have to wait our turns, I guess.
Now, Kieron, I just want to get your thoughts on a couple of things away from you, but all things 154 pounds. There's been a lot of talk recently. Liam Smith has made it very clear that he'd like to fight Kell Brook at 154. He said that, Kell isn't scared of fighting him. He's probably scared of losing to him at this stage of his career and tarnishing his career. Do you think Liam Smith could trouble Kell Brook at this stage of Kell's career at all?
Yeah, definitely. I went up to Liam's gym to do a bit of sparring not too long ago. He's good, and he definitely knows his way around the ring. I think he's definitely capable of troubling Kell.
Now, another man who's just moved up from sort of 154 up to 160 looks a new man at 160 under Dominic Ingle. Liam Williams was sort of waiting his turn for a world title shot against Demetrius Andrade. We still think that fight will go ahead post-lockdown. It seems likely. Andrade has sort of dismissed him and said that, made reference to the fact he may be another Luke Keeler. That's what he said. Do you think this Liam Williams we're seeing now, though, is capable of troubling Demetrius Andrade?
Liam is an animal at the minute, in my opinion. He's going through everyone. I think he's a tough fight for anyone at the minute, to be fair, including Andrade.
Now, in terms of you, we're all sitting here and we're daydreaming during lockdown, Kieron. I just wanted to get your thoughts on a couple of things before I let you go. Just to dream for a second, what would your dream fight be? If we offered you your dream fight in the next couple of years, any active fighter in the world, who do you want to face and why?
One of them YouTubers. One of the Jake Paul, is it, or something like that?
Yeah.
One of them. Make a absolute pocket full, and it'll be an easy night's work as well.
I will have to get on to Eddie about that. But fighting YouTubers aside, what What remains your long-term goal in boxing, Kieron? Have you thought about what you'd like to get out of boxing, what you'd like to achieve in boxing while you're still an active fighter?
Yeah, I want to go all the way. I'm 23, and people are criticising me on my fights recently. They say he doesn't punch hard enough and stuff and this sort of thing. Well, we'll see from after this all moves aside and we get back in. We'll see if they're still singing that tune.
At 23 years old, and you've had the Cheeseman fight, and I've been talking about, everybody always seems to be talking about throwing you into more domestic fights. Is it almost hard sometimes to just slow yourself down? I know you said you're ready for anyone at any time, but 23 years old, you've got all this time ahead of you.
No, I know the process, really, so I know how it is. I want the fights, but we all do. So we just have to wait our time and beat what's in front of us and move on after.
All right, Kieron, well, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining me on the Zoom call. Wish you all the best. We'll see you back in action very soon once everything's back underway.
Cool. Thank you very much.